Everybody, welcome back to GregTech New Horizons episode 113 with me, Sid, and I am recording my first episode of GregTech after I got back from holidays. Not the first episode that has aired since I got back from holidays. That was last week, which was More Magical Mischief or some such title, and we're continuing on from there really. Now, I just spent an informative half hour or so scanning things and looking at things, because one of the things we need to make is these balance shards. Now, balance shards can be made in a crucible. There are other recipes if you can get the stuff. If you can get those, there's these, which can do some stuff. I don't know where you would even get that, and you can get them from killing red cap sappers in the twilight. Yeah, I'll pass. My salute drop, and it has 5%. So, yeah, not great. However, the other way of doing it is with a shard of one of the 6 essences. Ignis, Aqua, Terra, Ordo, Perditio, and you use the shard and then the 5 other essences. So I just sat there looking to try and find the best combination out of things I've got easily at hand, which I can do this. And what I have come up with is this. If I take 2 air shards, 1 air shard, one of those. So basically, 1 gunpowder is 4 Ignis and 4 Perditio, which is also the same that 4 chiseled stone bricks is 4 Terra and 4 Ordo, and 4 of the fresh water from Pam's Harvest Craft is 4 Aqua. So that's 4, 12, 20. I think you would get away with doing that as a batch. So, but I need to get 10 of these, which I'm actually going to need to do 12 because these are coming in 4s. So we'll take 12 of those, and then we can go and get 2 to 4, isn't it? So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 of those. I need 10 blah 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 blah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take 10 of those. That's not right. Should be 5 of those then, isn't it? Hang on. Let me yeah, that's right, because it's 1 to 4. So yes, and then we need 20 of those, because these are all 1. Yes. Okay, 20 of those. Now the way to get 20 of those is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, blah 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 blah, and then that. And that to get that. And that should give me that quest line there, the balance shard quest line. Now, we are aiming to do all of this lot today. I am pushing this. But right now, what we'll do is we'll top off the old thing. Can't stand on it, must remember that one. So I think we should be able to get away with doing that, and that. And there should be nothing left in there. That should be 2 balance shards. So if I do the same again, and I rinse and repeat, we should be fine, because we can get away with that. That will work. And I just need to make sure there's 800 mil. We're still okay for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. One again, rinse and repeat. Because I'm just trying to avoid getting too much magical pollution in the area. That's what this comes down to, because I don't want to get taint. So that we can split. Still 600. So this we can do again. I actually don't need to do the last batch, but seeing as I've sorted it out, I might as well. There you go. And that is that quest completed. We again don't get a huge amount out of it, we just get some stuff, but balance shards are pretty important. So we'll take that win because, you know, it's exactly what it is, it's a win. And that's one little step for wizard kind. Balance shards. Obviously Salus Mundus used to make the crystal clusters, which I believe is a quest line. Let me have a look. Yes, it wants me to make these. Okay, well, they're actually fairly straightforward. The biggest problem is the V. So what we'll do is you are almost full of most things. So let's do you, and we'll pop that in my hotbar as well. And we should be picking these up. That's all nice and done, and then we can just replant those. He says, completely screwing up. Now, what I would like to do is I'd like to replace this with faster growth stuff. I don't think this is as good as the stuff out there, and I'd like more of these because I think these are going to be really important going forward as a source of temporary V until we can move nodes around. So before we progress and have a look at Enchanted Earth, because this is an entire mission in there, we've also got these, which needs me to make some thormium plates, and we need again more V, so that's the stuff. Let me start off with is it the high fertility dirt? No? Okay, let me just try dirt. It is. No. Dirt. Loamy dirt. Fertilized dirt. That's the beastie. So it's just bone meal and dirt in a chemical reactor. Okay. How much bone meal have I currently got? Some. 1, 2. That will make me, I think, 16 stacks. How am I for bones? I'm sure I should have more bone meal kicking around somewhere. Let me go and have a look. And while we're at it, we'll grab some dirt and we can set those first batch running. I don't need a vast amount. And yeah, you know, I'll also, if I've got space, I'll drop off those balance shards temporarily. I mean, these are growing fairly quickly here, but I'd like them to grow a lot faster, and then we can perhaps replace both sides of these with this higher fertility stuff, and initially start off with just that, and then we'll, you know, we'll shuffle it around. But right now, I just want to check, because I'm sure I should have some more bone meal kicking around. Yes. In these, and then we should have a chemical reactor, which I think is upstairs. It's been a couple of weeks since I did anything on this world, so forgive me if I get lost. Centrifuge arc basic chemical reactor. So we're going to stick in you, and then if I just take 16 things of water, that's probably the quickest way of doing this. That will give me more high fertility dirt, and we can try that on things, because the uses for this, well, apart from making a hydroponics unit, which I think is a little bit out of our range, I know that just works with, we have a lot of fertilised dirt, ticks faster than normal, so crops will mature much faster. As a bonus, it can be tilled away from water. Does it need to be tilled? I don't know. We'll find out. That's a simple enough problem to address, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just do these. So let me grab a whole bunch of this, and I'll be back in a second. All right, I actually made 64. It just happened. By the time I'd finished, the rest of the stuff had grown. The rest of the bone meal has sifted, so yeah, it seemed to make sense to do that. Let's replace those, for starters, with fertilized dirt. Oh, lovely, lovely. Now this one is, let's have a look. We'll go with that wand, and we'll yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but let's be honest, it's better than not having things right. We plant you on that, or not that. Okay, can I pick you up? I can. Good, good. Oh yeah, that seems to be growing faster. I'm not sure whether it is. I mean, they grow pretty fast anyway, but that looks to me to be so much faster. Right, are you mature? I think you are, so we can bang, grab. No, you weren't actually. Okay, fine. No loss. No loss, but we'll definitely be going for full on this lot, because look, that one is already there. That one's not far off. Yeah, they just grow so much faster on that. Everything needs to be on that, which means, you know, we can just get these up to snuff, so to speak. These we can harvest, and for now we'll put these in on this if I can. I'll store the rest of this for now. It's oh yeah, hang on, yeah. So you take these 1, 2, 4. Yeah, you just do that, eh? And that needs to be farmland. Okay. But again, doesn't matter. How many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they can just grow as they want. I have no particular worries there. What I do want to do is find some way to put this lot. What did I do with those? I used extract. I used them on in an extract. I did not wish to do that. Okay, doesn't matter. I don't know where was I putting those? Got them somewhere. They've got a stash somewhere. I just don't know where. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know where I've stashed them. I'm at a loss. I thought I had a chest crate or something. No? Oh, we'll stick one like that and then we'll put the rest through the extractor. That'll sort me out. Extractor, off you go. Right, and I suppose, I don't know, do something with these. Seeds. Got seeds. Okay, that's fine. Right, that works. Right, lunch. Raspberry jelly sandwich. That's what we need to get us on our way. What was I doing? I've completely forgotten. Oh yes, I was playing around with dirt. That's right. Let me pop those away and I'll just stick that in there for now. I'll probably also forget that it's there for now. But yeah, I mean, look, that has grown in no time at all. So anyway, let's have a look at this. I need thaumium plates. Thaumium plates is... I just need a rolling machine, don't I think? Bending machine, one thing. So let's have a look. 2 thaumium plates. 2 thaumium, so 4 thaumium plates. 6 thaumium plates. Can we do 6 thaumium plates? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can. Don't suppose I've got anything floating around over there. I haven't. Okay, that's fine. Let us go and plate up some thaumium. Sounds like I'm making dinner. And basic bending machine, make me some thaumium plates, and then we can see what we can do with this fabric and what V we've currently got. We'll work with what we got and we'll get as far as we can, basically. I shall also think... I've been thinking about my plans for magic in this series, and I am thinking that what I am going to do is over that way. I'm going to build probably a basalt island. It's going to be big enough to put a tower on, magical tower. I need to kind of work out in my head the scale of the tower, because traditionally Thorncraft requires a certain amount of space. I'm in the wrong space already, aren't I? Yes, you are. Come on, back down. You know, things like the infusion altar, the infusion matrix thing and stuff like that requires space. So we need to make sure that whatever we plan is big enough to fit those in. So I need to kind of refresh my memory on those, because it's been a long time. Well, it's not been a long time. It's been time. So it's been time since the last time I did this. So anyway, let's have a look. That uses 15 of each. Okay. Let me put those in there. I don't need that many, do I? No. And we'll go with that one. I'm missing V on that. Typical. So I need Ordo. Okay, that's fine. Let's try and get some Ordo. Got 20 Ordo now. Let's have a look. Will that do it? Yes. Okay. And then we need to do that. That becomes the, I think we can get rid of you. That becomes the trouser recipe. Requires 15 of various things. That's Ignis. Of course it is. And if I come out of here and have a look at journey map and turn on the node search, Ignis is the one that I haven't got anywhere. Oh, there's a little bit there. Okay. In that case, we shall have a snooze. We'll see if we can't get some Ignis on this one. mean, it's a shame that you can't have a wand that let me just do that. Didn't give me enough, I don't think. $16.5, just as a stupid question. It doesn't really save a lot, does it? Alright, well, we'll start off and go and get that Ignis. Because, you know, we've not got... all my trees are growing nicely as well, look. There's a lovely selection of fruits over here. Num num num. Cherries. I don't like cherries. Doesn't matter, because in game I can like what I like, but in real life I don't like cherries. Lots of bacon, lots of beef, and lots of lamb. So yeah, I definitely think that's why we're going to kind of put a magical tower into this thing. I just haven't really decided on scales and, you know, other bits and pieces, but we can push forward on that and take a break from technology for a few more episodes. Not too many episodes, but we'll keep coming back, because the thing is, they kind of fit together anyway. It's kind of a chalk and cheese thing. Not chalk and cheese, other thing. All the way around, yeah. While we're here, can I just top off a few of my other bits and pieces, because I might as well. Slurp. And there we go. So that's there. I think there's some air over here, air nodes, aren't they? So I could potentially go and just cap off. What are you like? You just need Prodigia and Terra, which I haven't got over here, which is fine. But over here there is definitely an air node, which I can use to slurp up a little bit of air. We're shy on Ignis on this wand, that's all. But that's fine, because eventually we'll be able to work around that a bit more. Right now, that one. Yeah, I think it's easier if I stand here and then slurp off some of that. And I think that's probably it, because that one, as I recall, is just Aqua Air and Herba. And Herba, of course, is utterly useless for anything in a node, so, you know, utterly useless. But let's go and make myself some to-do's, or what looks like a little loin flappy cloth thing, but, you know, we know what I mean. Right, so you need some Ignis. It's got to be that one, and that we might as well discount this a little bit, because it'd be foolish not to, wouldn't it? And so that's that, and then these are basically that, which requires Ignis, air. So I think we're going to want to basically try and charge up this one. That might be enough. Let me swap over that. We now need, yeah, we've got it, and that will give me another V discount. So all good. What we do need is a armor stand to put this lot on, So when we're wearing our wizarding outfit, we can wear our wizarding outfit. But right now, that gives us everything we need for here, which will give me 4 more V-shroom. Okay, I mean, again, I don't need these, but we need the V-shroom. If I can just... What have I done? I can't get out. I'm stuck in this. Ah. Alright, be back in a second now. I'm a bit stuck as to what I'm doing. Alright, I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but and I've just realised that I wasn't in full screen mode, so let me adjust that. I also realised that I need to scan my things, what I have. Did you ever get scanned? That was surprising. Okay. Amazing. It's amazing how many things I found out that I haven't scanned. So, oxygen cell is okay. That's a surprise, isn't it? Yeah, all right. Yeah, everything else is scanned. Come on. So we've got those. We've got this is on my board, but I've got 9 more V-shrooms, which I've got plenty of space to put in V-shrooms. And these are going to be pretty useful, like I say, going forward. So while we have got V-shrooms, the uses for these are Perditio and Messis. I don't think we can grow, we can't create more V-shrooms. I don't think there isn't a recipe to dupe them or anything, but that's fine. So Messis and Perditio. Now Messis we can get from I thought that was, yeah. There is, I am sure, there is something which is just Messis. I'm sure I came across that while I was hunting desperately to try and find something that... Mustard, there you go. So we can make mustard or ketchup. So let's go in here and let's sort by name and let's make mustard, shall we? Ketchup. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4 per. Let me just have a look at that. No, it's 2. So 9. I need 18. Has my hammer broke? I think it may have done. We really need a juicer, don't we? But we can't do that until we get to stainless steel. Okay. So, mallet. I need a soft hammer or whatever it is. That's a pain in the bum. Just reference. Yeah, it's that's an annoyance. Let's just put it that way. But we can fix that. Let's stick that in there. Go back down to ketchup. Okay, ketchup. And I need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. That takes me to. I need. What did I say? 18, didn't I? 6. So that should be, yes, I hear you. That should be 18 messes, which is enough for 9 of those. And then we also need Perditio. Now Perditio we can get, if I recall correctly, we can just get that. There is one thing that just gives us Perditio on its own, I'm fairly certain. Is it Ashes? Ashes gives us 2, I think. Yes, so 2 of those for every one of those. So again, we just need 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 2s. That's 2. So maybe not wanting to go mad with the speed that we create these, because if you overload the crucible, you end up it basically floods out and you pollute the environment again. So let's just do this. So 2 of those and 2 of those, isn't it? And 1 of those. Yep, that's fine. 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, and 2, 2, 1. So, I bet you didn't guess that you used ketchup to make these shrooms, did you? Huh? No, I didn't either. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get those going, and that should go a long way to helping us get the relevant things for that thing. Meantime, convert one of those to those. We'll stick the other 2 through the extractor, and that's all good. So, what next? We need to tackle... No, that's not where that lives. We need to tackle this last magical item, the Enchanted Earth. Now, I don't know why I want Enchanted Earth. I'm assuming when you look at the actual quest line, it's so we can plant these things. But I don't know. Enchanted makes saplings, and when they're stacked on top of each other, it has a chance to add ticks to the blow book all the way to the top. This will randomly speed up growth a bit. Now the question is, how much better is it, or worse is it, than this? Because this is actually pretty good. I don't know the answer, by the way, but that's the thing. So let's have a look. The actual item for this we need is the Essence of Life. And for that I am going to need, and then with that we need to do some stuff with some dirt and some stuff. And I need, how much of those? 4. Jeez. Oh man. Right, let's try and work this one out. Herba, Terra, Permutatio and Metallum. Herba and Permutatio is going to be the awkward one there, I think, isn't it? Now, Permutatio you get from copper, and that's a 1-to-1. So that possibly is our kind of go-to, I think, there. So I think everything else, I think copper's the one to go for on that, because that will give us Permutatio and Metallum. Okay, let's have a look at this then. So copper, boop, is 3 and 1. I don't know. Oh, why is it 3 and 1? Don't want 3 and 1. I want 1 and 1. Okay, let's go back to Permute. Let's go back. This is where this gets really, really annoying. Permutatio. Is it all bees? I mean, presumably this is the stuff that I have scanned. Seeds, barley seeds, seeds. Herba and Permutatio. Barley seeds could be a source then. That could be. So if we take barley and we break it down. So if I were to plant you on, I don't know, let's say we were to just whack down 10 of these somewhere temporarily, like here, or even 9 of those temporarily somewhere, you know, it doesn't have to, I'm not fussy. And we were to till that, and then we were to plant our barley seeds, because this grows really fast ish, kinda. There, see, much better. Then I can get enough of these. I need, what did I need? 16, so I'm going to need 64 seeds to do that. Okay, that works. Right, Terra should be that, so I need 32 of those. 32 of those, not 64. Oh well, my inventory is just a mess, isn't it? Nothing new there, everybody says. So 64 of those. Let me get loaded. In fact, let me get loaded of that string. That string is nothing but awkwardness. I don't need it. It can go away. Also, while at it, we can pop that away. We're going to keep hold of this because this stuff is what we need for the next thing. Okay, so we've covered you. We've covered you. The last thing we need is metallum. Now, needless to say, metallum is going to be in absolutely bloody everything. The question is, what can I get that only has metallum? There you go. 4 of those. So I'm going to need 16. And iron is probably the one we've got the most of. So yeah, we'll go with iron. I think that works. So that's Permutatio and Herba. That's Terra. That's metallum. And 4 poppies. I've got no poppies. Got no poppies. Got no poppies. No poppies. Oh dear, where am I? Well, I've got to wait for this lot to grow. Let me go and find some poppies. While I'm out there, I could also have a little peek around to see, what time is it? 8:27 AM. Yeah, I could also have a little peek around to see if I can't find some barley, because barley does grow in the wild. I've seen some patches up around that direction. So, in fact, why am I doing it this way? Let's do it the fun way. I forgot my fun. My little guilty pleasure. It's been so long since I used it. Come on, guilty pleasure. Let's go find myself some barley and some poppies. I think that might be barley there. Maybe there, perhaps. May not be poppies though, but that's all right. We can enjoy ourselves looking for some poppies out in the wild. Just like there, perhaps. Well, there's your poppies, and there's a little bit of barley. Obviously we need to convert those to seeds, but while we're at it, we'll grab a whole bunch of poppies. I was going about to hit the Z key for the zoom, and I now remembered. In fact, that's exactly the right number of poppies. The rest of there's a little bit over there. There's another one. There we go. Let's make sure we've got spare poppies, because no doubt at some point in the future I'm going to want poppies again, and I'm going to regret not having poppies. I need some more barley. That would be nice. Anybody seen any barley? Was that barley? That was barley. Okay, we called it. I did spot it right. No, it's not barley. It was okay. It was disappointing. That's what it was. Don't think that's barley either. Might be some over there. We'll grab these poppies quickly, and then we'll. Like I say, at least I can grow barley. I could even grab some bone meal actually and hurry things along if I really wanted to. A little bit of barley there, look. That's all good. Barley, 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 barley. Let's just go over that way and see if we can't find. I'm happy enough with that number of poppies. I don't think there's such a thing as having too many poppies, I think. What there isn't is such a thing as having too much barley. So we can just come over this way. That is not barley. Huh. Who knew? Well, I suppose I should have guessed. So, I am going to probably bone meal myself some barley and get that sped up. I just need 64 barley seeds. Don't see any. Don't think that's barley either. I think that's another garden of some description. I might actually even have some planted. You never know. We'll check the farm. There's some there actually. Okay. It was closer than I thought. Just scout the area. Because even though this is close to base, it's actually not that safe out here. There's quite a few cave entrances, which I could do with blocking off, I think. Then I can walk around with a little bit more impunity than I do currently. We should be fine. It's daytime. Nothing's going to bother us. We're all good. Helps if I tell myself that. Right, here we go. And did I have any barley? Barley, 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 barley. Not seeing any barley. Okay, doesn't matter. We got that. I've got 39 already. We'll be good. We are. We're killing this. So I think that gives us most of what we need. I'll just get the rest of the barley and I'll be back in a second. All right, step 1 complete. I need to do a quarter of those. But let's just do this sensible. I need to do a quarter, followed by a quarter, followed by 4, followed by 1. Now that should be 16, that should be 16, that should be 16. So that should be everything we need to do to get that thing. Let me just oh god, hang on. No, I've got enough water in here to do this, I'm certain. And there is what we're after. So 16, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, one of those. Yeah, we've still got enough to do. We've got more than enough water in here to run these. Oh, I just threw in 2 poppies, didn't I? Nah, No, I didn't. I threw in one. I'm all right. You know when you sit there and you think you've cocked up, which is surprisingly often. Oh, that damn plant. So that gives us those, 4 of those. And then we need to do the last bit, which is we need to do a whole bunch of auto and stuff with the 4 dirt. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. Now the question is, have I got enough? I'm wearing all of my good stuff, aren't I? Yes, I've got my V discount on. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do that, and it's going to need 10 of each. Now at the moment these are not even close to charged. That one is now close to charged. Let's grab this one. That one's pretty close to charged as well. Excellent. I will be definitely having to, I need to keep my, I don't know whether I'm going to have enough or where I'm going to get more V-shrooms from, but that should be enough to do 1, 2, and we drained that one, 3, 4, and we've largely drained that one, but it doesn't matter because well, we're gonna do another screenshot with a bit of that and a little bit of this, and I can't put stuff in my offhand. I'm not worth playing that version of Thorncraft. We'll take the hat off because it doesn't really match. And we'll get a screenie and we'll get back to there. And yeah, so this stuff. Oh, hang on. Well, let me just get back into this stuff. How fast? Much faster are you? Well, let's find out, shall we? 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Now there is going to be random variations in the tickage because that's how ticks work. They're not static, they're random. See, that one's growing, that one still hasn't grown. That one's growing. Now the other thing is it does say that you can stack these, so we might need to want to see what happens if I stack some to say 4 deep. But so far, clear winner over here. This is not even moved past its first growth stage. So it definitely seems that fertile dirt seems to be the better option. I can't see how that could possibly catch this up now. I mean, that's got 1 growth stage, that's got all of them to go. That's grown. Okay, let's just grab that. and we'll try this, because it did say that these when stacked on top of one another, it has a chance to add ticks to the block above, accumulating all the way to the top. So the stupid question, if I do that, now I'm going to give this the fighting chance. Place you first. Place you. And race. Not the most gripping race in the world, is it? I can't stand the tension. Alright, I'm going to be back once we've finished this race, and then I'm going to try it 4 deep, I think, just to see, but I don't think fertilised dirt is going to be, sorry, enchanted earth is going to be my go-to, unless, and I may do a creative test, if I stack it 64 deep, oh, well, yeah, alright, you just lost big time, didn't you? Right, nope, breaks easily. There you see, giving it a proper head start now. Yeah, there's nothing in it, is there? Fertilised dirt is the clear winner, and this is, I think, one of, I mean, GregTech obviously tries to balance the mods out a lot more than a lot of mod packs do, but one of the problems you have with mod packs when you start combining mods is they're not balanced against each other. They're balanced against vanilla and their own concept of what is balanced. So, you know, not only have you got vanilla mechanics to balance against, but you've also got what the actual mod author believes to be a balanced decision. And the mod author of Random Things thought that that was okay, whereas the mod author of Magic Bees considered that was balanced. Clearly, Random Things wins. So, yes, we have done Enchanted Earth. But we clearly think I would like to have one piece of rainbow cactus. I think that is going to be relatively easy to achieve. If I haven't got one here, I know where there is one. Running out of space for magic stuff though, that's another reason why I need to start thinking about a magical base, or magical portion to the base, because I need to start getting space for this stuff. And I haven't really built anything since I did that structure, the big thing. And then obviously, I'm going to be honest, this perimeter piece I've done here, I don't really consider building, because it was a volume thing, not a skill thing, if that makes sense. I didn't actually spend a lot of effort or skill building this. Come on. Optional task, detect. Okay. Are you telling me I have to do all of, I have to do all of these other seeds? Okay, well that did one thing. Well, better than I suppose. Still better than a kick in the face, isn't it? We need to work on the other stuff, but I thought that was going to be too easy. So yeah, I think on that note, we're going to call this episode here. I'll start thinking about and planning out the size. It's going to be reasonably large, and I may actually join it up to the shoreline there and actually have it as part of the thing rather than have it in the middle. This is a relatively safe area, other than the odd, teleporting ender creeper or ender minis or whatever. We rarely get attacked up here because we've secured the perimeter of the thing, and it's just, that's how it works. But on that note, I'm just going to sort my stuff, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.